All right, welcome back, everybody. Again, so grateful that you're continuing on this journey. Almost home, right? Week 11. So just a couple more to go. And it's been a privilege to be able to share this time with you all and to have you all hopefully growing and finding something formative and inspiring in what we're trying to do. Last week we talked to you about equipping in ministry young adults, getting people connected to what God created them to do. And so tonight we're going to close out the wheel and talk a little bit about spiritual parents, right?
Yeah. This is the apex. This is the epitome of what we're looking for. It's bringing a person to the point where they're able to disciple someone else. And first of all, we help them by walking with them as they're discipling someone. Then we release them to disciple on their own. But we never let go of them. We always stay close and we touch base. We may not see them on a regular basis, but at least every few weeks, once a quarter, the people that I've discipled, I still stay close to them and check up on them, like my buddy Drew here, right. To make sure he's doing well. And that's part of being a spiritual parent. You're going to have offspring. You're going to have people that you will disciple, and they'll never go out of your life. That's a wonderful thing. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about the process once again, making sure you understand the process. And I'd really like for you to look at page 180 in your workbook and take this kind of a quiz. Drew, it's about the characteristics you need to have in your life in order to be a spiritual parent. Right. And it's good to evaluate where you are, where your weaknesses are, and where we can help you as we look about the process of releasing you to disciple someone else.
That's right. You know, again, the goal is for all of us to get to a place where we're discipling someone else. It's not to say that you can't lead someone from previous steps in the circle, but in this way, a spiritual parent's life is defined and characterized by intentionality to reach other people for Christ and lead them down the next step they want. So we hope that the discussion time that you're about to have will be good and informative for you. When you're finished up with that, come back to us and we will wrap it all up for you.
So tonight you heard a word in this section that probably is not politically correct, but we're talking about people who are fat, and that's faithful, available, and teachable. When you begin to look at folks to disciple, you want to be led to people that demonstrate those three characteristics. Someone who is connected to God or who desires to be connected to God, someone who's available, they want to spend time with you or on their spiritual journey, and then someone who's teachable, because Drew, we know you can't teach someone if they're unteachable. If they're hard-headed, if they're stubborn, if they refuse instruction, you're just wasting your time. So hopefully, as you're thinking about this session, as you're thinking about being released to disciple, you'll look for people who demonstrate those three characteristics.
That's absolutely right. Because this is the way that we multiply, right? I mean, at the end of the day, spiritual parents are the ones that are reaching and making more disciples that are going to then make more disciples and more disciples on top of that. If Jim hadn't been a spiritual parent when I met him, I may not be sitting in the chair next to him today. And if Mark Danzy hadn't been a spiritual parent, Jim may not be sitting here either.
Absolutely.
And so that multiplication impact in the kingdom cannot be overstated. I just finished reading, I like to read a lot, and I just finished reading a book called Hero Maker by Dave Ferguson. And don't let the title kind of throw you off. I know in ministry we talk about not being heroes, but his question is very simple throughout the entire book, and it's, do you want to be a hero, or do you want to be a hero maker? Is your life characterized by wanting to just do whatever God can do in you, or is your life characterized by wanting to help other people reach their potential, who will reach other people who will reach their potential, and on, and multiplying this effect to grow God's kingdom? In other words, are you church-minded or are you kingdom-minded? And spiritual parents are kingdom-minded. And so kind of our challenge to you this week is another introspective one. Go home and think about it. Are you wanting to be a hero? Or are you wanting to be a hero maker? Are you wanting to be the person that everybody looks at? Or you want to be the person that everybody looks up to? And there's a big difference in the way that those questions are couched. And it's going to change the way you relate to people. It's going to change the way that you disciple them. And hopefully for the better when you realize that God's calling us all to be spiritual parents.
Amen.
So thank you so much for being with us this week. We'll be back one more week next week to wrap everything up together. And hopefully it'll be a time to release you then and to take your next steps. So God bless. We'll see you soon.